Is the Zenless Zone Zero community toxic? Are they all just a bunch of gooners? I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this video, through the lens of my personal experiences. Way back around the time of Beta Test 2, I started my Zenless content creator journey, engaging every day with the community of the Hoyo app and eventually on YouTube and Discord. After 2 years as a daily participant in the community and an active content creator, it's about time that I got a few things off my chest. Here's my serious opinion of the Zenless fanbase and community. This is for real my honest experience. Almost half of the community are literally children, or man-childs who definitely know more than you ever will. About everything. Yes, they know everything and you know nothing. If you fancy yourself a content creator, then you simply just have to get used to being wrongfully corrected and talked down to. This is definitely the most toxic aspect of the whole community, especially if you are someone who willingly contributes by combat testing or battle theory crafting, then your numbers are wrong, because my Miyabi is better. No more explanation needed. And, like myself, if you are a story and lore nerd, explaining concepts and answering lore questions, guess what? Your interpretation is wrong. Even if you provide all the evidence possible from the developers themselves, you're wrong and you're a dumb brain. As someone who has spent years of my life and nearly every second of every day studying every possible angle, having interactions exactly like this almost daily is beyond frustrating. But that is just 48% of the big picture. Now let's talk about another 48% of the fanbase. Gooners. Approximately 93% of the Zenless community are male. Specifically, males who are going through perpetual puberty, and they all absolutely need you to know the unspeakable things they would do to their favorite digital character. I don't really care, let your freak flag fly. I mean, I understand it. I myself have an unhealthy obsession with Yanagi. But I think what really matters here is I've actually touched grass before. True story. I'm not trying to police expression on the internet. That's impossible and unnecessary. All I'm saying is there are other aspects to the game, and forcing everyone to constantly engage in your sexual frustrations is socially awkward and super rude. On top of all that, it ruins the community and turns it into something else altogether. Now that we've talked about the embarrassing 96% of the Zenless community, let's change gears and talk about the remainder who I feel are functional human beings, worthy of being called fans. The next 3% of the community are serious gamers. They spend hours and hours of their life dedicated to perfecting their own gameplay and experience, and they're not afraid to give out some friendly advice, when needed or when asked. These are the type that usually end up becoming content creators and supporting other players who want meta results, but don't want to do any research themselves. Not that that's a bad thing. I use their help all the time. It's very much appreciated. And finally, the 1% who are my people, my family, the lore nerds. This is the very small niche group that never skip a cutscene and want to know exactly why everything is the way it is. Late nights and lots of caffeine going into the effort of figuring out the history of the Hollows. Who exactly is the creator? Will there ever be more Void Hunters? And is Billy actually a secret S-rank agent? So many questions, so few answers, but that is what activates our collective single neuron and tickles our pickle. We may not always agree, but we enjoy the process of exploring the story that the game has to offer. My heart is forever with you guys. I love creating content for each of you who actually care. Additionally, and finally, I want to speak about Zenless content creators. I have personally interacted with dozens. While sometimes interacting isn't exactly the word. I have met 2 Zenless content creators that could be considered socially functionable. The rest, they either just straight ghost you or are the most rude people you ever meet in your life. I really applaud any content creator in the Zenless community that has ever done a collab or functionally worked with someone from the Zenless space. I won't name names, that's not what I'm here for. Again, if you're interested, just know that the content creator scene, it could be miles better than it is right now, from my perspective. And all it would take is a little kindness, just some common decency, human being to human being. Fan to fan, Gooner to Gooner. That being said, I am looking for collabs, and I am looking for, I guess you could say, a partner. If that's you and you're interested, hit me up in my DMs or the comment section. Well, that's how I feel. This video isn't trying to find a fix to all the community's problems. It's just a rant and a heads up for anyone looking for a real insider's perspective of the Zenless Zone Zero community. I know that many of you will probably disagree, but that's okay. Let's continue the discussion in the comments. Let me say thanks for hearing me out. This is honestly something that's important to me. Despite many challenges, my channel is growing and I'm super excited to officially incorporate Arknight's Infield into the mix of games that I will cover. And I'm really looking forward to becoming a helpful part of that community as well. Of course, you are all definitely welcome to join my super awesome Discord server. Check that out in the description. Best way to support the channel is through the Ko-Fi link in the description below, and also like, comment, and subscribe. Those things help out tremendously, and it's just one little button press for you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, proxies and bang boos, I'll see you in New Eridu.
Are you ready?